Hi future officers, welcome to EduTap and welcome to another important daily current affairs series session in which we cover the important current affairs for the upcoming examination point of view. And my dear friends, today in this session we are going to cover the general awareness in economic and social issues current affairs of 20th to 23rd of November 2025. If I am audible and visible to all of you, please give me a thumbs up in the chat box so that we can start with the today's session. So good evening, bright our future. I hope that your preparations are really going well for your upcoming examination. And today we are back with a very important session, guys. Let me tell you that we conduct these sessions across the three important stages. The stage one is that we revise the important aspects of the previous session. The second stage is to cover the important current affairs of the given dates. And the third stage of this session is basically that we resolve the MCQs which are based on these current affairs from examination point of view, right? So thank you for giving me the confirmation that yes, everything is right. And now we are good to go with the today's session. So here guys, I would like to show you that today I'm having the 5 topics and all the 5 of them are basically important for your both phase 1 and the phase 2 examination point of view. ठीक है, तो आपके दोनों ही phases के एग्जाम के लिए ये important है और ये हमें कवर करना है आज के सेशन में. See guys, so it is really very important for us to ensure that yes, we are giving the complete part of these particular topics. ठीक है जी, तो ये सारे टॉपिक्स को हम बहुत ही डिटेल में डिस्कस करेंगे आज के सेशन में. बट आज के सेशन पर जाने से पहले as I always tell you that I will be testing you across the important details that we have covered in the previous session. So are you guys ready for the quick bites of the last revision session? So my dear friends, let's start with the quick bites of the last session, and that is the revision part of the previous session. So here is the first question for all of you, and I want all of you to give me the right answer to all these questions in the chat box. So here, let's start with the first report. The first question is on the report, that is Global Tuberculosis Report 2025. The first question to all of you is that you have to tell me that which body, which international organization has released this particular report. What is the name of that organization? This is World Health Organization. So World Health Organization has released the Global Tuberculosis Report 2025. Now guys, we all know that the important findings of this report is really very important, and we have covered this report in a very comprehensive manner in the last session. And today, let's see that who among you is able to answer the questions which are based on this particular report. The second question is, what number of people fell ill with the TB globally in 2024? In 2024 कितने लोगों को TB हुआ, ये आपको identify करना है. So what is that number? So that number is 10.7 million. 10.7 million is the right answer, with high burden countries accounting for dash percentage of the all cases. That means अगर हम बात करते हैं total 30 high burden countries थी, तो इनके अंदर कितने percentage of the complete total number of people who have got ill with TB last year? That's what we need to identify here. What is that percentage? That is 87% of all the cases. Absolutely right. तो जिस स्टूडेंट ने इन तीनों क्वेश्चंस का सही आंसर किया है, प्लीज mark +1 in your answer sheet that yes, you have given the right answer to all these questions. Okay, आगे बढ़ते हैं. India's TB incidence, that is the new cases which emerging each year. So अगर नए केसेस की बात करते हैं इंडिया के अंदर, so it has fell by dash percentage from 237 to 187 cases per lakh. What is the right answer? तो कितना परसेंट रिडक्शन हुआ दोस्तों? It is 21% रिडक्शन, राइट? जबकि अगर हम बात करें ग्लोबल रिडक्शन की, तो ग्लोबली अगर हम बात करते हैं तो what was that reduction in the TB incidence cases? So globally, my dear friends, it is 12%. 12% is the right answer. बिल्कुल सही जवाब. आगे बढ़ेंगे अपने अगले आर्टिकल की तरफ. So India's first major structured liquefied petroleum gas import deal has signed with which of the following countries? With which country India has signed its first major structured LPG import deal? What is it? It is United States. United States is the right answer. Let's move ahead to the next question. What is the name of the award-winning actress who has been appointed as the celebrity advocate recently? What is the name of this person? The name of the person is sorry my dear friends, it's Kirti Suresh. Kirti Suresh is the right answer. Absolutely right. Well done. I can see in the chat box so many people have given me the right answer. Moving ahead to the next part, you have to tell me here the name of the person who has received an Academy Honorary Award for his significant contributions to cinema at the Annual Governors Award. तो Annual Governor Award के दौरान इनको अवार्ड दिया गया, पहली बार इनको ये अवार्ड मिला है. The person name is Tom Cruise. Tom Cruise is the right answer. Now you have to tell me here the name of the first state police force in India which has achieved 100% response rate in the cyber fraud calls. तो cyber fraud calls के अंदर 100% response rate को अचीव करने वाली उस स्टेट का नाम बताइए जिसकी पुलिस पहली फोर्स बनी है हमारी कंट्री की to achieve 100% response rate in cyber fraud calls. What is it? The right answer is Goa. Absolutely right. Now moving to the next question. Exercise Garud 25 has commenced recently in which country? कौन सी कंट्री में गरुड़ एक्सरसाइज हुई? बेसिकली आपको पता होना चाहिए कि इंडिया ये एक्सरसाइज किस कंट्री के साथ कंडक्ट करता है, एंड दैट इज फ्रांस. Now the next question is the 8th edition of India Biennial Military Exercise Ajay Warrior. So my dear friends, please tell me in the chat box, the Ajay Warrior exercise has been conducted between India and which country? Let's see who will tell me the right answer to this question. So Ajay Warrior exercise has been conducted between India and which country? Let's see who will tell me the right answer to this question. So guys, let me tell you that you can really find such kind of questions in the examination. And yes, absolutely right. It is United Kingdom. UK is the right answer. So Sejago, Brighter Future, both of them has given the right answer to all these questions. That is United Kingdom. Absolutely right. Well done guys. Well done. So now let's move ahead to the next part of the part. So guys, now we are moving on to the next news article, that is the blue flag certification for Sonapur and Puri beaches. So guys, हमने काफी पहले अभी कुछ टाइम पहले एक सेशन के अंदर कवर किया था ब्लू फ्लैग सर्टिफिकेशन को डिटेल के अंदर, है ना. सो बेसिकली ये ब्लू फ्लैग सर्टिफिकेशन दिया जाता है टू द बीचेस हु बेसिकली maintain some standards of the beach in terms of cleanliness, in terms of protection, right? And recently the two beaches of Odisha, that is Sonapur and Puri beaches, have once again received the prestigious international blue flag certification for year 25-26. तो उन्होंने एक बार फिर से सोनापुर एंड पुरी बीचेस को एक बार फिर से इंटरनेशनल ब्लू फ्लैग सर्टिफिकेशन दिया गया है. द सोनापुर बीच इन द गंजम डिस्ट्रिक्ट रिसीव्ड द ब्लू फ्लैग सर्टिफिकेशन फॉर थर्ड consecutive year, while the golden beach of Puri was awarded the certification for 7th time in a row. So you can see here that these beaches are basically performing consistently for a long time. Sonapur beach has been given this award for the third consecutive year, and Golden Beach has been recognized with this blue flag certification for the 7th time in a row. Guys, if I talk about the total number of beaches in our country, out of the total 13 beaches across India were recognized for 2025-26, in which 12 beaches have received blue flag certification. So blue flag award mila hai 12 beaches ko, and one beach, that is Eden Beach of Puducherry, have received a conditional award. So दो awards यहाँ पर मिले हैं, एक तो blue flag award और एक conditional award. So Eden Beach of Puducherry has received the conditional award. Rest all of them have been given the blue flag award. So if I ask you in the chat box, please tell me in the answer to this question in the chat box, what are the name of the two beaches from Odisha which have once again received the prestigious international blue flag certification for 25-26? What will be the right answer to this question? So guys, please tell me in the chat box. The right answer is Sonapur and Puri beaches in Odisha. Absolutely right. Now let's move ahead and let's try to discuss some important details about the Blue Flag Initiative. So my dear friends, the Blue Flag Initiative was originated in France in 1985 and expanded globally in 2001. और 2001 में इसको expand किया गया globally. The certification is granted by FEE organization of the Denmark. What exactly FEE stands for? It stands for Foundation for Environmental Education. ठीक है, तो ब्लू फ्लैग की फी कौन देता है? डेनमार्क देता है. इस तरीके से हम याद कर सकते हैं. नाउ व्हेन वी डिस्कस अबाउट द डिफरेंट पैरामीटर्स व्हिच आर रिक्वायर्ड टू बी मेंटेन्ड बाय दीज बीचेस, only then they will be receiving this blue flag certification. What these areas are? These are environmental education and community engagement, climate action and infrastructure resilience, biodiversity and habitat management, pollution control and water quality monitoring, accessibility for all including the disabled visitors, and safety measures like lifeguards and their first stations. Absolutely. So these are the right part to this particular question. So if in the examination they are asking you what are the 6 key areas maintaining which a beach will be getting the blue flag initiative. So these are the 6 key areas that we are required to cover. So if I ask you what is the name of the organization which provides this blue flag certification to the beaches, what will be the right answer? And in which country it is based in? So it is FEE, that is Foundation for Environmental Education, and it is located in Denmark. Absolutely, this is the right answer. Okay, I hope this is clear to everyone. Now let's move ahead to other important parts, that why exactly the blue flag certification is being given to the beaches. The first reason is that we want to promote sustainable coastal tourism. तो एक sustainable coastal tourism हमें promote करना है, so that we are not impacting the ecosystem of that particular beach, right, on the lines of development or increasing the tourism or increasing the footfall of the beach, people there, right? So we have to promote sustainable coastal tourism, and it is a part of the sustainable development goals, goal number 14, that is life below water, and that is the reason that we have to maintain these beaches across these 6 key areas. And when it comes to India, India joined this program in 2018, and the certification process in India is basically coordinated by SICOM, that is Society of Integrated Coastal Management. So guys, with this blue flag certification, we are basically talking about the coastal management, right? So society, there is a society in India for the integrated coastal management under the Ministry of Environment, Forest and Climate Change, and that's why this society coordinates for the blue flag program in our country. So in which year India joined the blue flag program? What is the right answer to this question? The right answer is 2018. And if I ask you what exactly is the name of the beaches, the 2 beaches from Odisha which have been given the blue flag certification for 25-26, what is the right answer? The right answer to that question is Sunapur and Golden Beach of Odisha. Absolutely right. So my dear friends, I hope that both these doubts are clear to all of you. So basically, this is the right answer to all these questions, and that is something that we need to cover from here. Now let's move on to the next news article, and that is basically the Nasha Mukt Bharat Abhiyaan. So my dear friends, recently we all know that in the month of April 2025, Nasha Mukt Bharat Abhiyaan is celebrated its 5 years of completion, right? And that is why recently a national event was held for 5 years, for commemorating 5 years of the Nasha Mukt Bharat Abhiyaan in Guru Nanak Dev University of Amritsar. And my dear friends, I would like to tell you here, when it comes to the Nasha Mukt Bharat Abhiyaan, you all know that there are a lot of people who do substance use in our country, right? So basically we want to make India clean, we want to make India Nasha Mukt, and that is why the Nasha Mukt Bharat Abhiyaan was been launched. And according to this particular report, we have seen that the United Nations Development Program Impact Assessment finded that there is 64% awareness rate, 76% perceived the initiative as necessary, and 50% knew about accessible de-addiction centers. So this was some kind of assessment which was being done by United Nations Development Program, in which it has founded that 64% was the awareness rate about this program in our country, 76% of the people perceived that this initiative as necessary, while 24% perceived that it was not necessary. 50% knew about accessible de-addiction centers in their places, right? The annual observation of 26 June is International Day Against Drug Abuse and Illicit Trafficking. So my dear friends, I hope this is clear. Now what is more important from this news article is the key important details of Nasha Mukt Bharat Abhiyaan. So guys, Nasha Mukt Bharat Abhiyaan was launched in year 2020, and recently in the April 2025 it has completed its 5 years. So when it comes to the ministry under which this particular program was launched is Ministry of Social Justice and Empowerment, and it was basically launched to spread awareness about substance use, promote prevention and provide treatment for addiction, focusing on vulnerable populations such as youth and women. So guys, इस program के जरिए we wanted to focus on the vulnerable populations of our country like youth and the women, and apart from that we also want to provide treatment if there is someone who is into the addiction of these drugs, right, or any other thing. So basically we can provide them respective treatment so that they can live their life normally, right? So basically that is the reason why Nasha Mukt Bharat Abhiyaan was been launched, and Government of India also come up with the toll-free helpline which has been established for de-addiction support, providing counseling and referrals, and here basically 14446 is basically that toll-free helpline number on which people can call for this particular service. Now guys, the coverage of this campaign is pan-India, right? It is applicable across the country. The MOUs have been signed in order to, for the better implementation of this particular campaign. Some MOUs have been signed with 6 spiritual and social service organizations in our country, and these includes Art of Living, Brahm Kumaris, Sant Nirankari Mission, All World Gayatri Parivar, ISKCON and Sri Ramchandra Mission to support Nasha Mukt Bharat Abhiyaan and conduct mass awareness activities through their networks. Right, so these are those institutions in our country which are having good network, which can basically connect with the more number of people, and that is why we have done this MOU with the 6 spiritual social service organizations. So guys, what exactly is the year in which Nasha Mukt Bharat Abhiyan was launched? It is 2020, in which this Nasha Mukt Bharat Abhiyan was been launched in our country. Absolutely, I can see here this is the right answer. I hope this is clear. So Himanshu, don't worry, I will be looking into your query after the session. Don't worry, and I will definitely reply to it. Okay, don't worry about it. For now, just try to focus on this news article, because right now this is the thing on which we should focus. Okay, so I hope that this article is clear to everyone. Let's move ahead to the next news article, that is the compliance with the guidelines for preventions of regulation of the dark patterns. So my dear friends, what exactly is a dark pattern? कोई मुझे बता सकता है चैट बॉक्स के अंदर ये डार्क पैटर्न होता क्या है? So what exactly this dark pattern is all about? So let me tell you in the layman words, let me tell you that the dark patterns are kind of tricks or the ways which are being used by the different websites or applications to mislead the users, right? For example, guys, so many times we see our one of the favorite products that we want to purchase on any e-commerce website, and it gives us a message that only one piece left, right? Let's take an example that you are going on the vacation and you want a rucksack bag for you, or we can say trekking shoes for yourself, right? And when you just closes that particular page, after some time when you just open that again, it shows that only 2 pieces are left, right? So basically it shows that you will basically there comes a fear of losing that particular article कि अगर मैंने आज ऑर्डर नहीं किया तो शायद ये चलाना चाहे, है ना? तो ये सभी ने इस चीज को ऑब्जर्व किया होगा, राइट? सो ये एक तरीके का मिसलीडिंग यूज है, एक मिसलीडिंग तरीका है टू मिसलीड द पर्सन हु इज वाचिंग दैट पर्टिकुलर प्रोडक्ट. ऐसा क्यों करते हैं वेबसाइट? सो दैट कि आप विदाउट वेस्टिंग एनी मोर टाइम यू आर जस्ट गोइंग देयर एंड यू आर परचेजिंग दैट पर्टिकुलर प्रोडक्ट. Similarly guys, बहुत सारे ऐसे तरीके हैं. So basically in a nutshell, these websites push people to do things that they do not plan to do, like buying extra items, subscribing unknowingly, or clicking the hidden ads, right? So basically against these dark patterns in our country, there were some guidelines which were being launched, and recently there are 26 leading e-commerce platforms which have declared compliance with the guidelines for प्रिवेंशन एंड रेगुलेशन ऑफ डार्क पैटर्न्स. सो गाइस, ऐसे पैटर्न्स जो किए जाते हैं इन ऑर्डर टू मिसलीड द यूजर्स, इनको हम कहते हैं डार्क पैटर्न्स. एंड उनकी प्रिवेंशन और रेगुलेशन के लिए अ गाइडलाइन फॉर द प्रिवेंशन एंड रेगुलेशन ऑफ डार्क पैटर्न्स वर बीन लॉन्च्ड इन 2023, एंड रिसेंटली 26 लीडिंग ई कॉमर्स प्लेटफॉर्म्स हैव बेसिकली अनाउंस्ड दैट we will be following these guidelines through the self audit declaration, कि हम खुद से अपना ऑडिट करेंगे कि whether is there any such kind of way that we are using on our end which basically mislead the users or not. I hope this is clear. So what exactly these dark patterns are, let's try to understand this. ठीक है जी. So these guidelines were created to protect consumers from such manipulative online practices, and the guidelines have been launched by the Ministry of Consumer Affairs, Food and Public Distribution. So my dear friends, ऐसे जो भी यूजर्स होते हैं, ऐसे जो तरीके हैं ई कॉमर्स वेबसाइट्स के, उससे कौन विक्टिम कौन है? उसका कंज्यूमर विक्टिम है. सो इसीलिए मिनिस्टर ऑफ कंज्यूमर अफेयर्स है, राइट, जिसके अंदर इस गाइडलाइन को लॉन्च किया गया. नाउ द इंप्लीमेंटिंग अथॉरिटी फॉर दिस पर्टिकुलर guideline is the Central Consumer Protection Authority, and this is issued under the Consumer Protection Act 2019. तो Consumer Protection Act 2019 के अंदर इसको लॉन्च इशू किया गया था. Now what are the aims and objectives? You can see here the first thing is to eliminate deceptive design practices on the digital platforms. ठीक है जी. तो जो हमारे डिसेप्टिव डिजाइन प्रैक्टिसेस है उनको हम एलिमिनेट करना चाहते हैं, ऐसे मैनिपुलेटिव और मिसलीडिंग डिजाइंस जो हमारे डिजिटल प्लेटफॉर्म्स पर अवेलेबल हैं और जो इंपैक्ट करते हैं लोगों की स्पेंडिंग को. सो दैट इज व्हाई दीज आर बीन डन. देन वी वांट टू प्रमोट ट्रांसपेरेंट, एथिकल एंड कंज्यूमर सेंट्रिक डिजिटल मार्केटप्लेसेस जो कंज्यूमर सेंट्रिक हो, right? And the place where we are not misleading the users to just come and purchase something, right? And it should be ethical and transparent in nature. Like sometimes दोस्तों क्या होता है, for example there is a e-commerce platform, right? And there basically I was looking out for the shoes, and it shows that the price of that particular shoes is rupees 1500. Now when I went on to purchase this particular shoe, what will happen? In the bill, the value of that particular, the total amount that I am now required to pay in that particular website for this shoe is 1900 rupees, and there were 400 rupees some hidden charges which were there. So basically what will happen? So basically I opened this page because it was of rupees 1500, but now it is basically now I have to pay 1900 rupees for it. That means 400 rupees extra. So this is something that we want, that the thing should be ethical and there are no hidden things. Okay. Now we want to encourage voluntary self regulation by digital service providers की जो खुद platforms है वो खुद को ही self regulate करे, so that बाहर से किसी authority को regulate करने की requirement ही ना हो. That is why this has been done. Now guys, what exactly are these 13 identified dark patterns? One is the false urgency. For example, you can see here that I already gave you the example that कोई चीज ऐसी थी जो जहां पर आपको false urgency create की गई, like it showed you that only one item left, right? So this is basically generating a false urgency in me because I was purchasing that shoe. Then the basket sneaking. For example, I added that one shoe pair I added to the basket, and then I saw that two pairs of socks have been added simultaneously along with that, which was not in the cart earlier. So this is called basket sneaking. That means addition of such kind of added items which you have not added while purchasing the things. Then comes the confirm shaming, forced actions, subscription trap. Like sometimes these e-commerce websites tells you that do subscribe to our this particular part and we will provide you the offers, right? Such kind of things are subscription traps. Then interface interference, bait and switch, drip pricing, disguised advertisements, nagging, trick wording, SaaS billing, and rogue malwares. So guys, these are the 13 identified dark patterns according to these guidelines, and these are things that we have to definitely look after whenever even you are basically सर्फिंग दिस काइंड ऑफ ई कॉमर्स वेबसाइट्स. सो आगे से बच के रहना है दोस्तों. अगर ऐसी कोई भी चीज होती है तो यू कैन डेफिनेटली रिपोर्ट. Okay, I hope this is clear. So how many e-commerce websites have basically signed this? That is 26 websites. Absolutely right. Moving ahead to the next part, that is the 16th Finance Commission report submission for the period 2026 to 2031. So my dear friends, you can see here in the picture that the 16th Finance Commission has submitted its report for the award period of 2026 to 7 to 2030-31, and the report has been submitted to the president of the country, that is being mentioned here, right? So now guys, the 16th Finance Commission was constituted by the President of India under Article 281 of the Constitution. So सबसे पहले तो आपके मन में एक सवाल होगा कि सर ये फाइनेंस कमीशन क्या है, right? Let me tell you guys that it is a constitutional body which decides how money should be shared between the central government and the state governments, how the money will be shared between the central government and the state government. And every few years we see that the Finance Commission is being instituted by the government, right? And this right of creating the Finance Commission is basically to the President of India, who under Article 281 of the Constitution constitutes the 16th Finance Commission. The commission details are really very important, that who is heading the commission. It has been headed by Dr. Arvind Pangadia, and the other members include Annie George Matthew, Dr. Manoj Panda, Ravi Shankar, Soumya Kanti Ghosh, and Shri Ritvik Pandey. So these are the different members of this particular 16th Finance Commission. Okay. So if I ask you what exactly is the timeline for which the 16th Finance Commission has been instituted, the right answer is 2026-27 to 2030-31. Right. Now please tell me that under which article President of India forms the 16th Finance Commission? That is Article 281. Right. And what is the name of the chairman of the 16th Finance Commission? That is Dr. Arvind Pangadia. That is the right answer. Absolutely right, my dear friends. Now let's move ahead to the other important part when it comes to this report. The report covered the 5-year period that we have already discussed, that is April 2026 to March 31, 2031. And this report, which has been submitted to the President of India, Draupadi Murmu ji. So basically, the report comprises of 2 volumes. The first volume contains the recommendations. जो terms of reference थी फाइनेंस कमीशन की, उसकी रिकमेंडेशंस, उसके अकॉर्डिंग उन्होंने क्या रिकमेंडेशंस दी हैं कमीशन ने, वॉल्यूम 1 के अंदर ये गिवन है, वॉल्यूम 2 के अंदर एनेक्जर्स आर गिवन. नाउ द रिपोर्ट विल बी मेड पब्लिक. इस रिपोर्ट को पब्लिकली अवेलेबल कराया जाएगा वंस इट विल बी टेबल्ड इन द पार्लियामेंट बाय द यूनियन फाइनेंस मिनिस्टर अकॉर्डिंग टू द आर्टिकल 281 ऑफ द कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन. सो गाइस सी देयर आर 2 different things, but you can definitely remember them in an easier manner. Like we told you that the finance commission has been constituted by the President of India under the article 281, right? And when it comes to the finance minister tabling the finance commission report, finance minister tabling the finance commission report in the parliament, so basically this has been done according to the article 281 of the constitution. ठीक है, तो दोनों में similarities हैं but दोनों अलग हैं, तो इस तरीके से आप इसको याद कर सकते हैं from the examination point of view. Now if I ask you what is the name of the head of the 16th finance commission, what is the right answer? Arvind Pangadia. That is the right answer. Now guys, let's move on to the TIA portal. TIA portal, which has been recently in the news, and TIA portal stands for Trade Intelligence and Analytics Portal. So Trade Intelligence and Analytics Portal has been recently officially launched. So this portal basically is a new digital platform which has been recently launched to provide clear, reliable एंड रियल टाइम डेटा अबाउट द इंडियाज ट्रेड. तो इंडिया जो भी ट्रेड करता है, सो बेसिकली उसका क्लियर, रिलायबल और रियल टाइम डेटा प्रोवाइड करने के लिए टीआ पोर्टल को लॉन्च किया. यू कैन सी अ ट्रेड इंटेलिजेंस एंड एनालिटिक्स. दैट मींस जो भी ट्रेड हुआ उसका एनालिटिक्स और उसके इंटेलिजेंस, उसका रियल टाइम इंफॉर्मेशन, रिलायबल इंफॉर्मेशन, क्लियर इंफॉर्मेशन विल बी provided by this TIA portal. Now this provides real-time, comprehensive and analytical trade insights. किसको प्रोवाइड करेगा? Who are these stakeholders who will be provided the information? These are importers and exporters, MSMEs, startups, government agencies and export promotion councils. So these are the stakeholders who will be getting the benefit of the TIA portal, right? So this will be supporting transparent, evidence-based policy making and sector-specific interventions which will be provided by the TIA portal to these different stakeholders. Now the portal consolidates and replaces the 3 portals. Guys, let me tell you that पहले टोटल अलग अलग पोर्टल्स से जहां से डेटा हमें मिलता था, अब उनको थोड़ा सा कंसोलिडेट हमने किया है. सो इट इंक्लूड्स निर्यात पोर्टल, ट्रेड स्टैट पोर्टल एंड द डिपार्टमेंट ऑफ कॉमर्स मॉनिटरिंग डैशबोर्ड. सो इन 3 को अब कंपाइल किया, कंसोलिडेट किया एंड इट हैज बीन कन्वर्टेड इनटू वन सिंगल पोर्टल, दैट इज टीआ पोर्टल. दैट stands for Trade Intelligence and Analytics Portal. Let me tell you here, even a question can be asked in the examination that what does A stands for in the TIA portal. So make sure that you are remembering this part, that it stands for Trade Intelligence and Analytics, and A stands for Analytics here. Okay, now moving ahead, the indices which have been integrated into this portal includes Trade Complementarity Index. ये इंडेक्स असेस करता है अलाइनमेंट बिटवीन इंडियाज एक्सपोर्ट प्रोफाइल एंड द पार्टनर कंट्रीज इंपोर्ट नीड्स. दैट मीन्स जिस कंट्री के अंदर हम अपना सामान एक्सपोर्ट करना चाहते हैं, उनकी नीड्स क्या है, व्हाट एग्जैक्टली आर देयर नीड्स, और इसके साथ हम अलाइन करते हैं हमारे एक्सपोर्ट प्रोफाइल को, राइट. देन इट कम्स द रिवील्ड कंपैरेटिव एडवांटेज इंडेक्स. दिस हाइलाइट्स प्रोडक्ट्स वेयर इंडिया होल्ड्स अ कॉम्पिटिटिव एज. दीज आर दोस प्रोडक्ट्स वेयर इंडिया इज ऑलरेडी डूइंग रियली अ गुड पार्ट, इट इज परफॉर्मिंग वेल एंड इंडिया इज हैविंग अ कॉम्पिटिटिव एज. इट कैन बी रिलेटेड टू एनी अदर थिंग, राइट. फॉर एग्जांपल, व्हेन इट कम्स टू द ग्रेन्स, इंडिया इज growing more and more grains, so India is already having competitive edge, right, because this is something traditional to our country, right. Now there is a trade intensity index that measures the strength of bilateral trade relationships related to the global flows. जो भी हमारे ग्लोबली चीजें फ्लो कर रही हैं उसके साथ हमारा क्या रिलेशनशिप है, हमारे जो बायलैटरल ट्रेड रिलेशनशिप्स हैं दूसरी कंट्रीज के साथ वो कैसे हैं, कितनी स्ट्रेंथ है उनकी, all these things we are basically assessing. Then these indices enable deeper analytical capabilities and support evidence based planning for trade expansion and policy formulation. So basically they enable deeper analytical capabilities and एक सपोर्ट प्रोवाइड करते हैं, एक एविडेंस बेस्ड प्लानिंग प्रोवाइड कर देंगे इन सभी स्टेक होल्डर्स को, जिससे कि हम अपने ट्रेड को एक्सपेंड कर सकें. एंड इवन इन द पॉलिसी फॉर्मुलेशन वी आर हैविंग द गुड इनपुट्स फॉर दिस पर्टिकुलर पार्ट. So my dear friends, are you guys getting it? Are you guys understanding this? So TIA portal, that is Trade Intelligence Analytics portal, has been recently launched. And who are the different stakeholders? These includes startups, MSMEs, importers and exporters, and government agencies and export promotion councils. Absolutely, this is the right answer. So guys, with this we are done with the Trade Intelligence Analytics portal. And now my dear friends, let's move on to the questions. So till now we have covered the important portions of this important current affair that we are required to cover from the examination point of view, right? And now we will be moving ahead to this particular part. So guys, make sure that you are giving me the right answers, because till now I was giving you the information. Now I want you to test according to this particular information. Okay, moving ahead. So the first question is here on the screen. Make sure guys you are ready to answer me all these questions. So the first question is on the guidelines for the prevention and regulation of dark patterns 2023. You need to identify which of the following statements are incorrect here. Okay. So the first statement is, so before moving on to the question, I would like to tell you here that what exactly are the 3 steps that you need to follow whenever you find such kind of statement based question before you in the examination. The 3 steps are, the step number 1 is you need to identify the central topic of the question. Then you need to identify the demand of the question. And the third thing is that you need to analyze the keywords. Now what exactly these are? The central topic of is basically the topic on which the question is based on. For example, here it is guidelines for prevention and regulation of dark patterns, right? Then the demand of the question, what exactly the question is asking you to do? It is asking you to identify the incorrect statements. So this is the demand of the question. Then comes the keywords. So keywords are those important facts and figures and the information which is mentioned in the statement that we need to analyze. For example, the first statement is, it was introduced under the Consumer Protection Act 2019, empowering Central Consumer Protection Authority against deceptive design practices on the digital platforms. Is it right or wrong? This is absolutely right. Second statement, what is one of the core aim? The one of the core aim of the guideline is to ensure transparent and consumer-centric digital marketplaces. And this will be done by discouraging manipulative interface designs. Absolutely right. Third statement is that the framework formally identifies 13 distinct dark patterns, including practices such as false urgency, basket sneaking, and subscription trap. So these are some of the 13 distinct dark patterns which exist. तो क्या ये पार्ट है उसका? डेफिनेटली पार्ट है. सो व्हाट इज द राइट आंसर? व्हाट विल बी द राइट आंसर टू दिस क्वेश्चन? प्लीज टेल मी इन द चैट बॉक्स. To this first question, guys, quickly tell me here what is the right answer to this question. Let me tell you here, it is very, very important to ensure that yes, whether we are able to understand all these information correctly or not from the examination point of view. And yes, as all these statements are right, the right answer is option E, that is none of the above. None of the above is the right answer. बिल्कुल सही जवाब. जिस स्टूडेंट ने ऑप्शन ई को मार्क किया, प्लीज मार्क +1 टू योर answer sheet, right? Well done, Somnath, Ravindra, both of you have given me the right answer to this question. Let's move ahead to the next question. As per the recent updates, how many leading e-commerce platforms have declared compliance with the guidelines for prevention and regulation of dark patterns? अभी हमने dark patterns वाला question solve किया, right? अब आपको बताना है कि कितने organizations ने अभी कहा कि we will be complying with these through the self-audit declarations. What is the right answer? The right answer is 26. Option D is the right answer. This was one of the very easy questions. So I can see here Ravindra, Ashutosh, Somnath, everybody has given the right answer. Now let's move on to the next question. Next question is on the Nasha Mukt Bharat Abhiyaan, and you need to identify the correct statement. So again guys, we have already discussed the Nasha Mukt Bharat Abhiyaan. So try to identify that which of the following statements are correct here. First statement, the Abhiyaan was launched in 2020. This is right or wrong? This is right. Under which ministry it was launched? Ministry of Social Justice and Empowerment. Focus was efforts against the substance use. So these are the keywords, and all these keywords have been marked correctly here. Okay. So the statement is right. Second statement is on the toll-free helpline number, that is 14446. That is also right. And it refers support to individuals affected by addiction across the country. This statement is also right. Moving to the third statement, it has partnered with the 6 major spiritual and social service organizations. And why this has been done? To strengthen large-scale nationwide awareness and outreach activities. Is it right or wrong? So this statement is also right here. So right answer is, as you can see, all the statements are correct. So right answer will be option E, that is 1, 2 and 3. So I can see in the chat box again, all the people have given me the right answer. Well done, my dear friends. And now let me tell you that this is not the end of the session. This is the homework question. I'm having a homework question for all of you. So right now the homework question is here on the screen. The question is on the 16th Finance Commission and you need to identify the incorrect statement in this particular क्वेश्चन, राइट. सो आपको क्या करना है, इस सेशन के खत्म होने के बाद आप फिर से टॉपिक को रिवाइज करेंगे. यू विल बी कमिंग बैक टू दिस क्वेश्चन एंड देन यू विल बी giving me the right answer to these questions in the chat box. Okay, so guys, coming to the homework question from the previous session. अब आप सोच रहे होंगे कि सर why exactly we will answer these questions, right? homework question हम क्यों आंसर करें. देखिए लास्ट सेशन में भी हमने होमवर्क क्वेश्चन दिया था आपको और यहां पर राइट आंसर था ऑप्शन डी. Right, the question was on the global tuberculosis report for November 2025 which was released and the right answer was all the statements were correct. Now the question is that why exactly. So basically if you will be giving me the right answer to these questions, then you will be the star performers of our today's session. Like in the previous session we had star performers like Harish is there, Saurabh, Abhijit, Anushka, Priya, Pranathi, Shefali, Ananya, Bala, Farid, Somnath and Sahil. All these people are the star performers. But do I really want कि आप सिर्फ star performer बने? नहीं. Let me tell you guys that जब आप हर रोज हर एक सेशन के साथ आप इन क्वेश्चंस के आंसर को मेंशन करेंगे, इनको सॉल्व करेंगे, सो यू विल कम इनटू द हैबिट और एक मोमेंटम बनेगा आपका. एंड व्हेन दिस मोमेंटम, लेट मी टेल यू दैट दिस मोमेंटम विल लीड टू योर सिलेक्शन समडे. आई जस्ट डोंट वांट दैट योर name is limited to this star performer slide only. No, I just want that आज आपका नाम यहां पर आ रहा है, कल आपका नाम मेरिट लिस्ट में भी आएगा जब आपके डिजायर्ड ऑर्गेनाइजेशन जिसके लिए प्रिपरेशन कर रहे हैं उसकी मेरिट लिस्ट आएगी. ठीक है, सो दैट इज द रीजन दैट you are required to make sure that you are giving me the right answer in the chat box if you think it is really important for you, right? I have already given you the explanation that why exactly it is needed. So my dear friend, that was all from the today's session. I hope that आज का session भी आप सबके लिए अच्छा रहा. And again thank you Anushka for your kind words here. Okay, and now guys let me tell you another important point that इस session की revision करना आपको बहुत जरूरी है because in the next session also I will be taking your quick bite of the last session and I want all of you to give me the right answer to those questions. उसके लिए आपको टेलीग्राम चैनल से पीडीएफ को डाउनलोड करना होगा दोस्तों, क्योंकि पीडीएफ से आप बहुत इजीली चीजों को कवर कर सकते हैं. तो पीडीएफ से आप टेलीग्राम चैनल से आप पीडीएफ को डाउनलोड कीजिए जिसका लिंक नीचे डिस्क्रिप्शन के अंदर दिया गया है. ओके, सो दैट्स ऑल फ्रॉम द टुडेज सेशन एंड आई होप दैट दिस सेशन इज clear to all of you and all the things that we have discussed here are clear. Now guys, if you are having any queries you can just mention to me in the chat box और आप कमेंट सेक्शन के अंदर भी कर सकते हैं. आप हमें ईमेल भी कर सकते हैं hello@edutap.co.in पर. You can also call us at 8146207241. So one of the query was by Himanshu that sir I am LLB last year 9th sem. I will get my degree in July August. Do I able to apply for CB grade A because if they want degree at the interview stage I will unable to provide the degree. So Himanshu, if you want to be able to have the degree by that time then you are not eligible to appear for the examination, right? Then you should basically fill your form for the next year only because they have given that अगर आप अभी फाइनल ईयर के अंदर हैं, राइट, अगर आप अभी फाइनल ईयर के अंदर थे और आपने एग्जाम दे दिया, आप अपने रिजल्ट का वेट कर रहे थे, तो आप वहां पर अपीयरिंग के ऑप्शन पे क्लिक करके आप अपनी डिटेल्स को फिल कर सकते हैं. बट वी हैव टू एंश्योर दैट वी आर हैविंग द डॉक्यूमेंट्स ड्यूरिंग द इंटरव्यू स्टेज ओनली. इफ यू आर नॉट एबल टू provide the documents during that part then you should not be appearing this year. Okay, I hope Himanshu I have given your answer. Is it clear to you? Please, if yes, please give me a thumbs up in the chat box so that I can ensure that yes, your query is resolved. And Brighter Future was asking sir why Kritika ma'am do not take any sessions. So right now let me tell you that Kritika ma'am will be back very soon with her sessions, right? Don't worry about it. So very soon she will be taking the sessions. Okay sir, ECGC PO के लिए sufficient रहेगा डेली बेसिस में सेशन कंप्लीट करें या डेफिनेटली ब्राइटर फ्यूचर ECGC PO के लिए भी जो हम करंट अफेयर्स कवर कर रहे हैं आपके लिए ये इंपॉर्टेंट है. लेट मी टेल यू दैट इसके साथ साथ आप किसी कंपाइलेशन को भी कॉम्प्लीमेंट कर लीजिए क्योंकि उससे क्या होगा, आपकी कॉम्प्रिहेंसिव प्रिपरेशन हो जाएगी. एंड लेट मी टेल यू, जो हमारे ये वाले सेशंस हैं, सो दे आर क्वाइट मोर डिटेल इन नेचर, तो इससे आपके वो वाले क्वेश्चंस डेफिनेटली आंसर हो जाएंगे. ठीक है. So I hope that आप दोनों की queries resolve हैं, right? If there are any more queries that you are having, please feel free to ask in the chat box. Otherwise, you can also comment the same in the comment section, and I will be resolving your queries there as well. Okay. So I can see here that there are no more queries in the chat box. So my dear friends, I think it's a good time to conclude the session. I will be meeting you in the next session. Till then, stay happy, stay healthy. Wish you all happy learning.